Susie here and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 4 of lockdown here in New Zealand. Sorry if my camera's a little bit wonky because I've just broken the clamp that holds my cell phone. Just did that while I was trying to put the cell phone in it. So anyway, for me it's been a pretty quiet time anyway. I'm actually working through this. I'm what they call an essential worker. I work in the supply chain, so I'm supplying retail stores with product to sell to people. So technically the first 2 days were just like normal, me going to work and having, working my normal job and coming home again. I'm doing lockdown on my own. Well, sorry about the rooster, he just likes to do that whenever I want to film. That's if you can hear him. And that's the other one. We have 2 roosters. One's Mr. Smith, one's called Fiddy. That's Mr. Smith. Fiddy's not going to make a noise. But yeah, that's Fiddy. Fiddy has more of a, what do you call it? Like he's wheezing or something. So, anyway, my first 2 days are pretty normal for lockdown. I'm doing it on my own because well, I live alone anyway. I do have a boyfriend, but he's in lockdown by himself at his house because he was in isolation before me. And I normally stay at my mum's a couple of times a week, but she's in her 70s, so I don't want to risk going there and staying with her because I'm in and out of the house all the time. So yeah, it's just me, and it's been a bit of a long 2 days because I don't normally drive to and from my home. It's normally a long drive for me. It's about 50 minutes from my house to work every day. So that's why I usually stay at my mum's a couple of times a week. She's only 5 minutes away. I'm not moaning about it. I feel very fortunate that I'm able to work because some people aren't. And they're going to struggle real hard. For me, it could end up like that too. Because it just depends on supply and demand really. We have had the last 2 days, well actually the last week has been real busy with orders and picking, but it might drop off next week. They might not need as many of us. So anyway, it's really early. It's early for me to be up at this time of the day on a weekend. It's 20 to 9. I'm not normally up unless I'm going to a flea market. So I finally got my ass out of bed early for once. So I haven't really got much planned for today. Mainly just prepping for the week ahead. I usually do some meal prep on a Sunday. And yeah, I'm going to be doing that this week just because of travelling so much. I can't bother coming home and cooking much. So yeah, I've already been out for a walk. Already been out for a walk this morning since we're allowed out of the house to go for short walks. And yes, it's only around my house. Well, not around my house, but I've gone to the end of my street and back again, which takes me about 10 or 15 minutes. At the end of my street there's actually a dock track, or a Department of Conservation walking track, but they're all closed off to the public at the moment. It was quite funny though. My friend messaged me the other day. Someone drove out here to do that walk and they got told off by the neighbour down the road. My friend sent me that in a Facebook message because she thought it might have been me that was telling off those people. I said no, that was probably the neighbour down the road. Which, fair enough. I didn't think you were allowed to drive to somewhere to go for a walk. And it was funny reading the post because people were like, oh, it's only 2 minutes down the road, we should be able to do it. And I'm like, well, if you were 2 minutes, why didn't you walk there? I'm 2 minutes from it. I could have walked it, but it's closed off, so I can't do it now. Just show you what I got for breakfast. It's just porridge. I haven't had porridge for ages. And yeah, I was one of those people who bought foods they don't normally buy to stock up while we were on lockdown. I didn't buy too much. So this is porridge. I usually like soaking my oats overnight in water and then I cook them up in the morning. I've put another quarter to half a cup of milk in there. I normally just soak it in water overnight with some cinnamon. And now I'm just cooking it up with some milk. I'm just waiting for that. Alright, breakfast is done. So here's my porridge. I like to mix in some peanut butter with that. Put on some brown sugar and cream. Why not, hey? And a coffee. So I'm going to eat this, watch some YouTube, and then get started with my day. So here I am trying to rebatch some soap I made last week. And it looks a bit like pumpkin mash. It did actually kind of look like that when I was making it. What happened was it volcanoed, or I mixed the lye and the oils together when it was a bit too hot, and I mixed it to trace, and then I left it for a bit, and then it just puffed up and just grew like a big thing. And then when I went to try and mix it, it went solid on me, and I couldn't really. I'll show you a picture of what it looked like after that. And what I've done today is just basically chop it up into little bits and put it back in the pot with some water, and I've mounted it down to try and sort of liquefy it so I can put it into a soap mold and make it into some soap. So that's what I've done. I've put it in a pot on a stove. This is a heavy base pot on a stove. People do say to do it in a crock pot, but I didn't want to sacrifice my crock pot for that, so but yeah, I just like to have separate tools for soap making. So this pot I've made as a soap making pot, and I've bought this spatula especially for soap making as well. So I'm going to blend this actually, and then put it into my mould. Right, so I wanted to whip my soap with these, but I can't find the doodad that goes with it. So I'm just give it a bit of a beat by hand, and then I'm going to put it into my soap mould. Alright, so this is my soap mould. I've lined it with baking paper. I usually have a silicone mould with this, a silicone liner with this mould, but I've been finding that it doesn't really stay straight, and sometimes the sides are a bit warped, which I kind of just want it, you know, to look perfect. So I'm going to try lining it this time and see how that goes. There's two there in this loaf, and I'm just going to leave these till tomorrow probably, and then I'll unmould it and see how it looks. And I'll probably unmould this tomorrow and cut it, and then leave it to cure for 6 weeks, because this is still fresh soap, so it hasn't really cured properly. So here's my face mask I've made. I didn't want to do a full-on tutorial video because I actually got this off YouTube somewhere, and I'll put a link in the description box as to who I got the pattern and information from. But that's the outside, this is the inside. This has a pocket, so you could put a filter or something in there. In the nose part here, I put a paper clip. I just unwound it and stuck it in there. They say use a piece of wire. I don't have anything, so the paper clip was all I had on hand. I just threaded that through the overlocking stitching, or the serger stitching like that. And that's just so you could sort of bend it around your nose. If you look at one of these ones, this is just a dust mask from the hardware shop. As you can see, they've got a little bit of metal there that helps sort of bend it and shape it around your nose when you're wearing it. So that's the idea of having that piece of wire in there. Yeah, and yeah, like I said, there's a pocket there that goes all the way through. So if you're making these to give to healthcare workers, they could put a filter or something else that goes in there. I can't remember what it is. And then the ties. These ties are actually meant to be. This is meant to be one whole string, so it would be like that at the top, like it was joined, and then so you just put that bit over your head, and then you got the ties at the bottom. Whereas I just had these scraps of fabric laying around, and I just made them into ties for that, so just got to tie it twice. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty good. I'll insert a photo of how it looks on me. It's got a pretty good seal all the way around your nose and all of that, and around the bottom here, I thought. But yeah, this is just for me, this is for myself. So if I go out shopping or something, I've got a mask to wear. I might make a couple more, just so I have a couple in different colours and just have a couple on hand. Yeah. So that's something I've done today. So it's pretty much me for the day. I've done a bit of meal prep, so I'll show you what I've made for my lunches for the next couple days. Okay. So I made some toasted muesli. I've never made this recipe before, so I'm not sure how it's going to come out. But I normally like my toasted muesli with yogurt and blueberries. This is what I normally make my toasted muesli with. So it's just some toasted muesli at the bottom, some frozen blueberries, and some vanilla yogurt, and a bit more muesli on top. I usually make these the night before, that way the blueberries are defrosted by the time I go and eat it. That's usually one snack I have for work. Apples, I have some peanut butter at work. I usually like apples and peanut butter. It's just something I like. And I have some more almonds and that in there too. And for lunch would mainly just be pasta with some lettuce. So I just threw the lettuce in a bowl and chuck this on top. It's just mince with some pasta sauce and pasta. I've actually got a big pot over here that I will divvy up into some other containers for later in the week, or even freeze one. Yeah, I have done, well, I feel like I've done a bit today. I redid my hair, I recoloured it. I've had green hair for a while. I remembered I actually did do a video where I go over what kind of hair dyes I've used and what I recommend, so I will edit that video and post that as well, and I'll put a link in the description so if you want to watch that, it's there. What else have I done today? I cleaned my deck. I have a lot of spiders and spider webs underneath my deck. Well, my deck is covered, and that's where I have my clothesline, and there's all spider webs and stuff. So I cleaned that down today, and I'm going to go and buy some spray to spray that to try and get rid of them, or at least keep them away. And what else have I done? I made my face mask, which I showed you a bit of, which I might make a few more tomorrow, depending how I feel. And yeah, I think that's me. It's, what time is it? It's 9:45, so I'm going to go to bed, because I get up usually about 5 in the morning to go to work. So yeah, so this is my vlog for today. I would have filmed a bit more, but I live pretty much next door to my landlords, and they were out around my area a lot. Well, basically it's like we have a big garage, and on the side is a 1-bedroom unit, and that's where I live in the unit, and so they usually do the gardens and stuff that are on my side of the garage, so that's where they were today, and I didn't really want to film too much when they were around. I'm not really in the confident space of being able to film in front of other people. So yeah, so that's my video for today. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.